The maverick mayor of Roscommon is one of the 40% of candidates putting their name forward without the support of a traditional political party.
Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Councillor Luke Ming Flanagan.
It isn't necessarily that I am so brilliant, it's just that as far as I can see, surely someone can do better. It's a bit like sitting down and watching the Olympics and watching someone run the 100 metres in 21 seconds and winning the gold medal and going to yourself, well, you know, maybe I'm not a great runner, but I can actually win that medal because the competition is so rubbish.
I ask you, give me one chance, and if you give me this one chance, I'll do my damnedest for you.
In the West, the bid to launch a new Ming dynasty is making a big impression and attracting attention from the national press.
Well, they're treating me well because they see that there's potential out there to put a TD in this town and this area for the first time in over 50 years. So obviously they see the benefits of that. That was a good value add anyway, you know.
You mentioned not going to funerals, Luke. Have you ever gone to a funeral as a politician?
You'd be better off going around mowing someone's lawn for them when they're alive than going around visiting them when they're dead, because you can't really do anything for them. I'm here for the living, not for the dead. There's a politician in County Roscommon turned up at my grandmother's funeral, and I walked in the gate after him, and he said to me, "Oh, you're on the funeral circuit now." Well, as it turned out, he didn't even know whose funeral he was at. He was at the funeral of one of my best friends, my grandmother, and to be quite honest, I think that's highly disrespectful. This is my brother, David. He just put up posters for me. And he uses the posters then to mix the cement afterwards. So this is another victim of the collapse of the Celtic Tiger. He doesn't look much like a victim now, does he?
This is a message from Luke Flanagan, the PRO of the Turf Cutters and Contractors Association. Tomorrow...
He makes me think anyway. Even though I was vote Fianna Fáil, nobody agrees with everything their son says.
I hope you do it, kid.
Thank you very much.
Of course I'm proud of him. I'm proud of somebody that annoyed his father and mother for 20 years and still come and done his own thing and actually got where he did get. Of course I'm proud of him. I mean, as you probably know, I kept him out of jail a few times when I could have done with the bloody money for something else. But that's beside the point. In the end, I had to let him go. I should have let him go the first day. But of course I'm proud of him. Why wouldn't I be proud of him?
Bring your pencils and bring your biros with you to the ballot boxes and rise up and change this country forever. Thank you very much. For the last 13 years, I've often thought about what I'd say if I got into Dáil Éireann, but I've always pulled back and said, no, just I have to do the work, don't be dreaming about it. If I can make Dáil Éireann, I will have climbed the equivalent of Kilimanjaro with 2 grand pianos strapped to my back, because I'll have done it by telling the truth, regardless of whether that was good for me or not politically, and I think that's important. I relax by sitting down in the evening time, and I have a small joint and I have a bottle of Weiss beer, and that's how I relax. If I get elected to Dáil Éireann, I'm certainly not going to change my ways when it comes to smoking cannabis. It could possibly cause a problem for me in Dáil Éireann. Who knows? I'll have a mandate if I get in though, so what can anyone say after that?
Almost 15 years after he first ran for election, Luke Ming Flanagan finally has the winning line in his sights.
I'm not 1,000,000 to 1 anymore. I was in the first election to top the poll. People seem to be giving me a chance. Paddy Power apparently had me at 7-4 and have reduced the odds to 5-4. I now have pretty much the same chance as Man United did of winning the league at the start of the season. I like that. Don't like Man United, but I know damn well they have a good chance of winning it. I understand I'm the first person to come canvassing here personally. How are you doing? Luke Flanagan is the name. That's my leaflet. I'm an independent candidate in the general election. I want to get into Dáil Éireann onto the floor so I can punish the people who have destroyed our country. The 2 most common reactions are positive and apathy mixed with hatred for all politicians, but I suppose politicians have gotten what they deserve in that sense.
I think you're going to be like the fucking rest, you look after yourselves and that's fucking it.
Well,
Isn't that the whole fucking lot of
The car one is pumped.
I'm like a what?
Fuck, nobody wants us.
As long as you're better than that last shower anyway.
If I wasn't better than that shower, I'd never. If I wasn't better than that shower, I'd shoot myself. But anyway, there you go. Could you be worse, like?
The people who are in Fine Gael and Fianna Fáil don't seem to be in touch with the feelings of the ordinary people out there.
You can hold me to what's in there, no problem.
When you need to spend a few quid to get a service and you can't necessarily afford it, you know exactly what needs to be changed. But if you're someone who's involved in politics, and most likely dynasty politics, they're probably a son of someone or an uncle of someone who's always got everything very handy, you don't know what those problems are because you haven't actually seen them yourself firsthand. I'm on the News at 1. They're interviewing people from the western constituencies. Basically have myself and my former good friend Frank Fahey.
Well, after my visit to Mohill yesterday, I won't do that.
I listen to people like Frank Fahey and I listen to people in Fianna Fáil saying that you can't renegotiate this deal and you can't do anything about it. But I also listen to experts, people who really know stuff about this, like Shane Ross and Paul Somerville, hopefully who will be members of the next Dáil, and they tell us there is something you can do about it. I know who I believe. I believe these people, and my judgment call tells me do not trust the people who destroyed the country, Fianna Fáil, and do trust these people.
That was great, yeah, I'm delighted with this. I hope Frank wasn't too insulted, but I think the people I met yesterday, I'd say they wouldn't want me to shake his hand, and that's the people I represent. I'm not shaking his hand, no way. The interview went well, though. My plan is to hang around here for the day and to soak up the atmosphere. The last 3 weeks has been a bit like we've been making the dinner and now I'm getting to eat it and taste it, and hopefully it'll taste good.
You know what I'm hoping that you'll do? That you'll give them a good bollocking when you go up there and straighten out the job.
You kept your agenda, and it was a credit to watch on television the other night on the back anything.
Thank you. Final tally, do you have it there?
Yeah. You're 8-2.
Jesus Christ.
8-8 for Feehan and 9-7 from... And the nearest one to you is...
It's John Kenny. Yeah.
Kenny with 4-5.
So they need basically 3,500 more second preferences than me or down along the line to pass us out.
Impossible.
Hello, Mark. Not going to say anything yet, but looking great. Oh, yeah, well, hopefully I'll be smoking a joint this evening with the approval of the whole constituency.
Flanagan. In effect, you're taking a Fianna Fáil seat. This constituency, for the first time in the history of the state, will have no TD from Fianna Fáil. I mean, that is phenomenal.
Well, I suppose if it does work out the way it seems to be going now, Fianna Fáil won't have a seat. But the mistake of any party is to think that it's their seat. It's not their seat, it's the people's seat.
First count is expected here around 6 o'clock. Back to the studio in Dublin.
All right, Mary, thank you very much. John, do you have any comment to make on that?
Well, if Luke Ming Flanagan wins the seat there, he goes from burning weed to burning turf, and I'm sure he'd be fond of burning the bondholders as well.
John Bowman said, I went from burning grass to turf and now to burning bondholders.
Luke Ming Flanagan, the independent, doing very well, 8,925.
I don't fucking know. I'm waiting for them to go. It's a mistake. It's that much of a boost. Jesus, it puts me in the running to beat the lot of them potentially. That was fucking mad, that.
Dad, you look right.
I am right.
It's worth it.
It's worth it, yeah. Isabel, as your sister said, I'm going to become a 3D, as she calls it. Not like the other two-dimensional ones.
I think you might top the poll.
Oh, second, I'd say. Who knows? Be careful there, Daddy, will you? Can I go beside you? Come fucking... Anywhere you want.
Here we go!
This one's for Lily Flanagan, okay?
Flanagan, Luke Ming, non-party, 1,701.
I am delighted. I am over the moon, and I have to say I am humbled by the support that I have got. But there's one thing for sure, I'll fight like a dog fee on the floor of Dáil Éireann. We have been quiet for too long. The people have spoken. Go on! Well, there's one lady I'd like to remember here, and she certainly is a lady. Lily Flanagan, my mother. Well, all I can say is, I'm sorry you're not here with me today, but I know you're looking down on me, and I'm proud to have you as a mother, and I hope you're proud of me now.